boy, the one like running, chasing, then like the guy studying, looking vivid and evil eye. So I was like,
wow. So the day we went to the after we came down with the bus. So we were drinking tea in the beach. I was like, wow, your girlfriend has gone, isn't it? So how are you going to be communicating if she's gone? She was like, we are both big, we're not babies. We know what we were getting ourselves into. She posted her on the status. Took me about 5 minutes. You removed her. I don't know. Now we stopped posting her. So that relationship will start at ISGP again.
That's the thing.
And this one, more than again Simon, they will start the relationship. Those people.
And you know, like for me, what a thing.
You want to find a girl? No, you didn't. You didn't see my bad there. It was me. It was me.
But you know,
I said yes.
The thing is, this thing, what I'm saying is that you do go there.
But you talk with the heel.
The heel?
Yeah, you talk with her.
Like what?
You don't, I know, I'm just saying, you talk with her, you have a number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We see each and every day.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing is, like,
and then it was the girlfriend to. This guy from Gambia.
Is it Alex?
Alex.
No, yeah. Sorry.
So you then the relationship will start from there.
Yeah.
It ended there.
But at some point, he will this thing, you can't understand. We are all human beings. We ain't perfect.
No. Hey, are you home? Yes, go. Let's go. No, I'm not in class. I'm not English. Let me ask. I want to do my paper. You'll give us. My friend, go.
Drink the glass.
I didn't drink the glass.
No.
In May.
Until now, online?
No. In October, we started to, in September, we started talking. October. We met in end of October. No, we met in December. Yeah. Then Then in December again we met when we went for NCC. But it wasn't easy to for NCC. Then we started meeting now, we started working in town. I used to go every month. We used to see each other every month. Then in September he went to Israel. Up to now. Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah, he went last year.
So I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So a year and what?
Yeah.
1 year.
1 year, 1 month. Yeah. It's okay. It's good. Normal. Yeah, I said I cried. Now you're used to it. It wasn't meant to be okay. There's this couple that got married. Let me show you. Do I have their photos? They were dating. The boy was from Congo. And the guy from the girl from Madagascar. The guy from Congo. They are both high. They got married in Boston. They dated for 2 years on them. Yeah.
But this is it. All right.
Yeah. Let me show you. So this is my uncle. You know him? This is my uncle. Yeah. So this one, those two, they got married. But they met online. They dated for 2 years online. 2 years and a month. And that's like both of them. Yeah, online way. So if you meet a Bahai online, yeah. If you meet a Bahai online, you never go wrong with Bahai online. Yeah, the girl, you keep on Madagascar. But Madagascar is not. But the way is an island. Yeah, people from Madagascar look at that. The boy is way from you. But they are serving at the world in the job.
Okay. Mate. You
want to buy money? 2 years, one time. 2 years, every day.
What I've seen is that when you say an issue is true.
Yeah.
That was a miracle. Each and every day we are playing one neighbor.
Kasi ya mama ndani ya wilani ya tweet. Kasi ya tweet ya wezi.
Cha?
Kasi ya tweet wezi. Anajua wezi mkuu.
Umeona?
Na amsakari mjini na mimi kama ndio ndio kala wote ndio. Kumenda kila hafuna hivi.
Una vez?
Nafika unafuna hivi. Kasi jema kabisa. Mungu pole. Uma tunaongea kwa kabisa. Tena sema bibi. Ndio.
But I
we are going to do today, habit is very short. We'll do habit, we'll do intelligence. So don't worry. So like I say, we are remaining with habit, intelligence, and child development or child growth. So habit is very, very short. It's going to take us not more than 15 minutes.
We will finish your today.
Yes, intelligence and habit we are doing it today. Okay, so when we are, I guess the first question would be, why are we interested with habits? Why should a teacher learn about habits? So some reasons why we are doing this. But let us look at what is the meaning of a habit. When we say a habit, what is it? A habit can be found in a man, can also be found in an animal. Who has a pet at home? Whether a cat or a dog. Do you see traits of habits in those animals? A cat or a dog? Yes. Okay. Have you ever seen that that dog has got a particular habit? Yes. Right. So a habit can be acquired by the living it can be acquired by the living organism, whether it's a dog or a man. And habits, they motivate us to do various activities. Habits motivate us to do various activities. So, when we are talking about a habit in an individual, it is the practice of one's own individual life. So I can have a habit of doing specific things. That kind of habit is going to motivate me to do certain things. Imagine if I have got a habit of dating. What will definitely be the other thing that is going to be done by me because of dating? What it? Yeah. I am going to fall into that. If anything, I am going to do as bad as stealing. So you are in the habit of this. You can be motivated to do something because of your habit. Sometimes you've got a habit of smoking. Because of your smoking, you don't have a cigarette. What do? You're eating sweets. So there are several activities that a person can do because of their habits. So habits are going to make us or motivate us to do different activities. So as teachers, we need to know how our habits are acquired. How can a habit influence a learner? Why, as a teacher, do you have to know the origins of a habit? So, according to a certain author known as James, he says that a habit is a man's second nature. Man's second nature is a habit, according to James. And he also says that habits make a person restless to get back to what they do. If you haven't done it, you feel like there's something that is missing in my life. I need to do this because it's your habit. Someone is fond of exercising. If the day goes without exercising, they feel like there is something that is missing. So you are restless. You want to smoke, you haven't smoked. You are restless. You want to drink, you haven't taken anything. You are restless. It's a habit. So it is a man's second nature. But then there is another one. Dogo says that every habit is formed as a result of an instinct activity, and habits are always related to instinct. So for him, he says that a habit is an instinct, something that is instinctual. It simply comes. And habits have got characteristics. Some characteristics of habits is one, uniformity. Characteristics of habits. Uniformity. there is a kind of an uniform to the way a person does his or her activities. There is a specific habit in our mode of talking, sleeping, walking, and other activities. So in everything that we are habitually, there is a uniformity to that. This is how he does it. This is how he speaks, this is how he eats, this is how. So you wake up in the morning, before you do anything, there is a cup of coffee. After a few activities, or after an hour or two, there is another cup of coffee. So you find him tomorrow, it is going to be the same thing or the same task that the person is going to go through. So we are saying it brings a uniformity in our activities. But again, another characteristic is facility. Uniformity and there is facility. When we are talking about facility in a habit, we are saying there is a facility in the performance of an activity if it is due to some habit, in the sense that, for example, when you just begin to ride a bicycle, it is going to be easy for someone to get on a bicycle and then start pedaling. But first day you do that, you fail. Second day, a week passes, and then eventually you start cycling the bicycle very easily. That is after the formation of a habit. So sometimes a habit, or there is a facility in the performance of an activity. You need to learn. Then when you learn, settle. So after you learn how to cycle a bicycle, when someone gives you, whether it's a hammer, whether it's whatever, BMX or whatever, you get on it and then you start cycling because it is new. The facility has been built. So eventually it becomes easy. And another characteristic is interest. Habits tend to stay because of the level of interest. So the basis of the habit is interest. Why the habit has to be there in the first place? It's because the person was interested in whatsoever the person is doing. And as that is happening, or when the level of interest is high, then it's the habit stays. So at the beginning of school, a child is going to run away from it. So you try to tell them it's now time, they will tell you, so my head is aching and this and that. You're actually literally dragging them to school. But then 1 week passes, you're dragging them. Second week, you're dragging them. And then eventually, you see them on Saturday, they will tell you, I'm not going to school today. You're like, what is happening? There is a development of interest that has happened. And the moment that interest develops, then the habit stays. So these are the characteristics of a habit. There is uniformity, doing the same activity, mofanana, and then there is a facility where there is actually a building up of that kind of a habit, where you start learning and then you stay there. And then interest develops. The more you do it better, the more you are interested in the whole thing, and then the habit actually stays. Another one is independence of attention. Independence of attention. When you have acquired a habit, you do it without even waiting for someone to look at you. You just do it because it's not because someone wants you to do it, but because you are interested in it, and then it just comes out. So we do our habits, or we do many things which require no attention at all. When you're smoking, it's not because you want people to see that you shoot a 555 State Express or whatever kind of cigar you're using. You just do it because this is my habit. When I do this, I feel better. So you're smoking not because you want to attract somebody's attention, no, but because it is an interest, you have built a facility around it, and it's useful. That's your second nature, as James has described it. So what is the role of a habit? The role of a habit. Habits are very important in our day-to-day life. How? Because many of our behaviors are according to our habits. How we behave in our day-to-day life, it is according to the way our habits are. Is it true? How can a habit shape somebody's behavior? How can a habit shape a person's behavior? So we are saying many of our behaviors, or many of the behaviors of individuals are according to his or her habit. So how can a habit form a behavior?
When the signals become maybe for example the way you said that smoking is a habit. So that behavior of smoking will also bring behaviorism in that person.
They will behave in a certain way after smoking?
Yeah.
And then that is
Drinking.
drinking? Okay. Alright. So you drink and then you behave in a specific way.
Some might behave, some might be normal, some might behave like they are mad.
Yeah, there are people that when they are drunk, you can't really control them. But others are normal. Okay, so yeah. So yesterday, habits form most of our behaviors. How we behave, it is because of our habits. What is it that we are constantly or uniformly doing? What is our interest? What is it that we do irrespective of the attention that we are getting? Because now it's our second nature. You just find yourself doing it, not because you want people to see you, but because you are interested. So if it is coming frequently, then therefore it's going to be part of your behavior. So we are saying the role of a habit is formation of behavior. The role of a habit is formation of behavior. A person who has got good habits is supposed to be a person with good character as well. He is respected in the society. Someone who has got good habits, definitely this person is also going to have good character or good behavior. But where is the good behavior, good character coming from? It is coming from the person's behavior. So they go to church, they associate with people, they are clean. So all those kinds of habits eventually will form a whole person. So how this whole person is going to look like, it is going to come from these small habits that a person is involved in. But again, habit is a great means of our progress in educational situation. It is a great means of our progress in educational situation. Meaning to say, if you have a child, or if there is a child that has got a habit of reading, so you see where the child is, they are busy writing, whether they are writing on the wall, or whether they are writing on a paper, whether they are writing in the Bible. That's a habit that the child has developed. That habit will eventually mount to something else. Sometimes it may not be writing, it could be reading. Find something, then they start going through. It is going to stick. So you develop a habit of writing and reading when you're still young. When you grow up, that is going to be part of that particular person. So we are saying it is easy to learn to read and write during childhood if the habits are associated with educational materials. So, a habit is a great means of our progress in educational situations. I have got my niece who reads 405 books in a year. So she has got a timer. In a week she reads several books. And then when she finishes, she is going to post it on what happened. When she was young, her mom used to give her books. But she started reading when she was very, very young. And reading is part of her life. She doesn't socialize. She doesn't have a lot of friends, but she's got books. And she has read a book of them. What is happening? It was part of her habit as she was growing up. So, we are saying, it is a great means of progress in our educational situation because it is going to make reading and writing easy in real life. A habit can be reading, a habit can be writing. Learning is also very difficult during childhood or old age. Lower. A child who is not exposed to a lot of writing and reading, it is going to be hard for that child to start reading. So, like we are saying, let us go to school. So, if you go to the village, such kind of kids are going to be allowed to stay home. School. Allow that child to reach 7, 8, 9 years. It is going to be very hard to take that child back to school because it's not in them. But as young as they are, expose them to that, make them become part of their habit, and then eventually it's going to be easy as they move from one standard to another. So, habits strengthen learning activities. And a lot of things in this world, it is said that they have been achieved through habits. Habits have allowed human race to achieve a lot of things. If you look into the scientific world, you hear about the backgrounds of the scientists, you get to know what their habits were. During my free time, this is what I was doing. So maybe their habit is simply to find out how does the pen work. So they are simply trying to find out how does the pen work, how does the watch work. So they're busy trying to find out. And in the course of finding out, they are developing a habit of trying to find out things, and then eventually what do? They carry out experiments. And after carrying out an experiment or two, they have got different innovations that are coming out into this world. So we are saying many things in this world have been achieved through habits. There are others that are, like I'm saying, they are reading. In the course of reading, they discover something. They start putting pieces together and then follow them up. Eventually, they discover something that is big. During the early years, even the alphabet is learned due to habit. Have you ever seen people that would actually read the whole chapter and memorize it? I have seen a certain young man, about 23 or so. He memorized all the Psalms, chapters in Psalms. So he would start Psalms chapter number 1. And he says it line by line, KJV, until the last of it. What is it? It is the habit of memorizing. So the brain gets used to say, when we read, we keep. So there are other kids that will find it very easy for them to memorize the alphabet. Others will sing it, they won't even know what they are singing. But others will actually stop the singing and take out the words. Ah, ba, ha, 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 da, ba, and so on and so forth. So, at a later period, different hard learning tasks now the child can overcome. So in the beginning, they are simply memorizing the alphabet, and then from there, they start building up words. And apart from building up words, they are also overcoming other tasks that are harder. What is happening? This is coming from habits. So we are saying, as a teacher, we need to find out what are the habits of our students. These habits of the students are going to be helpful in as far as education is concerned, or are they not contributing to education? So as a teacher as well, you can also help to instill such kind of habits that are going to facilitate the learning process. give the children study time, allow the children to have themes that they will memorize, things that they will get to know, that they will solve, allow them to have that inquisitive mind where they should find out how does this work, how did this come to be, how is it possible that 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So when you instill that, the children are going to develop habits that are going to contribute to the educational circles. So the better the habits, the easier the learning is going to happen. But if habits of the students are not checked, then it is going to be hard for the learners to learn. Alright, so when we're talking about habits, that's it about habits. I said it's spiritual, and it ends there. So the point is, habits contribute to education. Better habits are going to facilitate reading and writing. Better habits are going to instill an inquisitive mind in the students. Better habits are going to make up good behaviors of the children. You're coming early to school, you're dressing up neatly, you're taking care of your whole body. Even the way you're writing your notes or exercises in the notebook is also a habit. It is also a behavior which is going to facilitate the learning area. So you see, you have the students that have got the books crammed up in the back. The covers are torn off, the pages are out, all those type of things. Learning is not going to go on. Those are bad habits. She wants to write something on the paper. She just pulls out a notebook and pulls out a page. But those are bad habits. You're writing notes. You're just simply writing the notes on paper. So you can't actually follow that. On this day we wrote this, and then this is the follow-up and all that in order. If there is no order in it, that's a habit. That is something that a teacher has to take note of. And the orderliness of writing notes may not be something that you can stand in front and then you start telling them. If they are ordered in coming to school early, they are dressed up properly, they are looking neat and all that, that can also be transferred to some of the work that these kids do. So it is a duty of the teacher to make sure that we check what kind of habits are there, what kind of habits are supposed to be, or the students are supposed to be helped and learn them. Is there any question? If you do not have, let's go to intelligence. When we say intelligence, the concept of intelligence, we are talking of someone who does well in class. But is this true? If I am just in class, if I am the last person in class, does that mean I am not intelligent? No. Okay. So, the concept of intelligence is very important in school. But it is also very controversial and it is misunderstood. When we want to know how a person differs from, how you differ from him, we can use the quick construct of the intelligence. But then, we need to be careful on how we are differentiating between the two, because I can give you a math problem and she gets it, he doesn't get it. That doesn't mean he is not intelligent or she is more intelligent than you. If she is good in math, but then we say, okay, tonight we have got a concert and we want people to sing. He stands up to sing. At that point, what would you say about him? Is he not intelligent because this is not about classwork and it's just singing? She is intelligent because she was in class. Is intelligence attached to classroom work only? Yeah, so the word intelligence is very controversial, but at the same time is misunderstood. So we've got different people that have defined what intelligence is all about. You're going to look at them and appreciate. Maybe you can also have a chance to say, I choose to define intelligence in this guy's way, or I choose to define intelligence in this person's way. Intelligence helps us to understand how people adapt their environment according to adapt their behavior according to the environment in which they live in. So intelligence helps us to understand how people adapt their behavior according to the environment in which they are living in. Intelligence is also the ability of an individual to cope with his environment. So if I am able to cope with the environment that I am living in, then I am intelligent. Intelligence is the ability of an individual to cope with his environment. So I'm going to say several definitions of intelligence. You can just listen or you can write down if you want. It may also be thought out as the composite of organization of activities to learn, grasp, broad and subtle facts, especially abstract facts, with alertness and accurateness to exercise mental control and to display flexibility in seeking the solutions of problems. It may be thought out as an organization of activities to learn. So as an individual, you organize yourself to learn, but not only that, you should also be able to grasp facts that are abstract, out of this world. You should be able to conceptualize that and understand them, the facts that are abstract, but at the same time, you should do that with alertness and accuracy by exercising your mental control and displaying flexibility in seeking solutions to the problems. So intelligence can be taken that way, whereby a teacher comes in front of the class and then he starts talking about molecules. What are molecules? So molecules are abstract, right? We don't get to see them. Where we are, this room is full of molecules. That's not what physics was saying. This room is full of molecules. So intelligence, in other definitions, you are supposed to understand such kind of abstract ideas. And as you understand them, you should be able to come up with solutions to problems that are being posed. So if I am going to get this bottle and then I'm heating it, and the molecules are going to heat up and then they will expand, eventually this bottle is going to explode. You should be able to follow through that line of thinking and talking and understanding. And then if the question comes to say, alright, so if I heat this bottle and then the molecules are expanding and all that, what will happen if I pull it off? Your mind should be able to say, okay, heating is expanding it, making the movement a lot, and then cooling is going to make it contract again. The mind should be able to do that. This is what these guys are calling intelligence. So you should be able to grasp such kind of abstract ideas and some facts. When you do that, make sense out of it. And another definition by somebody else, Wagnon says that intelligence is the capacity to learn and